The crowd at Dodger Stadium was electric, buzzing with anticipation as the scoreboard glowed 4-4 going into the bottom of the 11th inning. The night had already stretched long, filled with tension, clutch moments, and breathtaking plays. But now, all eyes were locked on one man, Shohei Ohtani. The two-way superstar, standing tall in the batter's box, prepared to face what might be his final at-bat of the night. The game was hanging by a thread, and the world was about to witness something unforgettable. The Blue Jays reliever took a deep breath on the mound, wiping sweat from his forehead. He knew what was at stake. Facing Ohtani in extra innings was a nightmare for any pitcher. The Japanese phenom had already gone 5 at-bats, showcasing his patience, his power, and his uncanny ability to read pitchers. The count hadn't even started, but everyone could feel the tension boiling under the California night sky. The first pitch came blazing toward home plate, 96 miles per hour, a fastball on the inside corner. Before anyone could blink, Ohtani unleashed his swing. It wasn't just a hit, it was a thunderous explosion, the sound of the bat echoing through the stadium like a gunshot. The ball rocketed into the night sky, soaring deep into right field. Fans rose from their seats instantly, a collective gasp filling the air. For a moment, time seemed to slow. The camera panned upward, tracking the white blur as it climbed higher and higher. The right fielder turned and sprinted toward the wall, but he barely had time to glance up before the ball disappeared into the sea of flashing lights and roaring fans. Shohei Ohtani had done it again, a walk-off blast on the very first pitch of the 11th inning. The stadium erupted. It was chaos, joy, disbelief, all at once. Ohtani trotted around the bases with that familiar calm expression, a quiet smile creeping across his face. His teammates spilled out of the dugout, waving their arms and shouting at the top of their lungs. The fans chanted his name, Ohtani, Ohtani, Ohtani. The echo shook the stands as fireworks exploded over the scoreboard. This wasn't just another home run. It was a moment that defined why fans adore him. Every time Ohtani steps onto the field, something historic feels possible. His 6th at-bat of the night turned into the most crucial one, a masterpiece of timing, power, and clutch instinct. The Dodgers mobbed him at home plate, showering him with Gatorade and pure admiration. The dugout camera caught Mookie Betts laughing in disbelief, while Freddie Freeman just kept shaking his head, saying, "He's unreal, man." Even the opposing dugout seemed to acknowledge the greatness they'd just witnessed. Blue Jays players stood near the rail, some smiling, some sighing, all aware that they'd just been part of one of those moments fans will talk about for years. For Ohtani, it was another chapter in an already legendary career. Since joining the Dodgers, he's brought more than just numbers, he's brought magic. Every swing carries the potential for something cinematic, something that makes people stop what they're doing and watch. And tonight, under the Los Angeles lights, that magic was in full display. Fans who had been exhausted from the long game suddenly came alive, waving their rally towels, filming on their phones, hugging strangers. The moment transcended baseball, it became pure emotion. In that instant, Ohtani wasn't just a player. He was a symbol of hope, of excellence, of what's possible when talent meets hard work. Reporters in the press box could hardly type fast enough. Social media exploded. Within minutes, Ohtani was trending globally. Clips of the walk-off flooded every platform, slow-motion replays of his swing, fans crying in joy, teammates lifting him off the ground. Every baseball lover knew they had just witnessed a moment that would be replayed for decades. In the post-game interview, Ohtani, ever humble, smiled and said, "I just wanted to put a good swing on it. I wasn't thinking home run." But everyone watching knew the truth. He had felt it, sensed it, the perfect pitch, the perfect moment. His calmness under pressure is what makes him not only great but timeless. The Blue Jays pitcher later admitted, "It was supposed to be low and away. It just caught too much of the plate. You can't make mistakes like that against him." That single mistake turned into one of the most jaw-dropping walk-offs of the season. The pitch was good by normal standards, but against Ohtani, even good isn't enough. Fans replayed the swing in their minds, that lightning-quick motion, the clean connection, the effortless follow-through. His power looked so natural, so fluid, it was almost poetic. And yet, behind that elegance lies years of relentless discipline, thousands of hours in the cage, countless adjustments to perfect his craft. In the dugout, Ohtani's teammates couldn't stop smiling. The energy lingered long after the game ended. The team celebrated not just a win, but a statement that with Ohtani in the lineup, anything is possible. He brings a presence that lifts everyone around him, a spark that turns fatigue into adrenaline. Even fans back in Japan stayed up past dawn to watch the highlight reels. In Tokyo, Osaka, and Hokkaido, people gathered around TVs in cafes, cheering for their hero. The pride was palpable. This wasn't just a home run for the Dodgers, it was a moment that belonged to two nations, connected through one extraordinary athlete. Sports analysts rushed to update their statistics. It was Ohtani's sixth at-bat, his second hit of the game, and arguably his most dramatic swing of the year. Some compared it to his legendary moments in the World Baseball Classic, others called it his Dodger Blue moment. It was the kind of clutch performance that defines careers and cements legends. In the clubhouse, laughter echoed. Betts jokingly handed Ohtani the game ball and said, "You're not human, bro." Cameras captured the moment, a snapshot of camaraderie and awe. Every teammate knew they were witnessing greatness from the inside. The Dodgers manager praised him afterward, saying, "That's why he's Shohei. You don't coach that, you just sit back and appreciate it." It was simple, but it said everything. Some players make a difference. Ohtani is the difference. Outside the stadium, fans lingered, reluctant to leave. The air still carried the sound of cheering, the echo of that perfect swing. Some stood by the gates, still filming, hoping to catch one more glimpse of Ohtani walking out. For them, it wasn't just about baseball, it was about witnessing something rare, something that makes you believe in greatness. Back in the locker room, Ohtani quietly placed his bat back in the rack. His demeanor never changed, focused, calm, almost shy. But the sparkle in his eyes betrayed the adrenaline. He knew what he had done. And yet, he didn't boast. That humility makes his dominance even more powerful. As journalists flooded social media with replays, fans flooded the comments with love and admiration. "He's unbelievable, this man is a legend, we're watching history," the praise came from every corner of the globe. That's what makes Ohtani's story so remarkable. Every game, every swing, feels like a continuation of a larger story, the rise of a player who redefines the limits of what's possible. He's not just chasing records, he's changing the game itself. For young fans, this moment became a dream igniter. Kids grabbed their bats, mimicking his stance, replaying the scene in their driveways. For older fans, it was nostalgia, a reminder of why they fell in love with baseball in the first place. Television analysts replayed the hit from multiple angles, from behind the plate, from the outfield, from the fans' phones. Each replay showed the same truth. It wasn't luck, it was mastery. The way he read the pitch, adjusted his stance, and launched it into the night, it was surgical. The game ended 5-4, but it felt much bigger than just a score. It was a showcase of Ohtani's leadership and flair for the dramatic. His teammates carried the momentum, celebrating long into the night. Even after the lights dimmed, the moment stayed alive in every conversation, every news headline. Ohtani walks it off in the 11th. Dominated sports networks. It was another epic in a career filled with them. And as fans finally left the stadium, they looked back one last time, smiling. They knew they had seen something special, something that would be replayed, retold, and remembered every time Ohtani steps into the box again. Because with Shohei Ohtani, every at-bat is a story. Every swing is a chance for magic. And tonight, in the bottom of the 11th, he reminded the world why he is the most electrifying player in baseball.